Well, hi, it's Jennifer. I have checked into the hotel Captain Cook, and there has been a happy little accident. When I made my reservations for this Tony Robbins Zoom event, I knew I was going to spend 5 nights here and then have the 4 full days of the seminar were going to be spent in the hotel room. It's a 50-hour experience. It's a long time in a space. They have a couple of different types of rooms, but they have something called a junior suite, which is where I am in right now. But I'm at the captain's deck. I had to use my card to actually get up to this floor. We'll have more of a chance to tour it around. But when I first checked in, I was on a lower floor and I was only in a room that had just an area for the bed and a desk and then a bathroom. So I called down and I'm like, oh no. When I made the reservations, I asked for a higher floor and for the junior suite. I'm like, I'm doing this 4-day Zoom event. It's going to be long hours. I want to have the beautiful views, if you could see. I'll show you the mountains and everything. And thankfully, this room had been cleaned. Originally, they're like, well, we only have the highest is on a 14th floor. You're going to be looking at a building, or the tower that I was in has great views of the inlet, but it was down, the only room that was a junior suite was down on the 8th floor. And so the receptionist host was looking and looking and looking. And then this one came up and it's up on the 17th floor. And yeah, it's like called the captain's deck. So I want to show you around. My son is coming to meet me. We are eating dinner at the Crow's Nest at 5:45. I feel a little disheveled. I had to walk with all of my luggage, my fan, like up and then back and then up and then back, but it's all good. Yay. So let me show you around really quick, and then we'll be meeting my son, eating at the Crow's Nest, and then coming back and getting settled in. What I really loved with this particular room, when I walked in, it's not doing it right now, but this little light underneath the bathroom lit up. And look at this. It's really nice looking. This is definitely a nicer room than the one I've stayed in. I also like that for the bedroom here. They've got the nice red pillows, and look at the closet door is open and it's got the light on, like it's welcoming you into the room. Of course, you know, there's the TV, and there should be the refrigerator here. I've got snacks. I'm going to show you all of that in a little bit. I just wanted to show you everything before I got all of my stuff unpacked, which is right there. But yes, what a blessing. I feel so thankful. What a great way to start. At first I was like, oh no, but look at the gorgeous view of the city of Anchorage. And then this is really what I wanted, was this separate living space right here. And this is where I'm going to be doing the Tony Robbins Zoom event. I might move this desk over here in front of the window just because it'll give better lighting. I think, you know, they don't have a lot of ceiling lighting. All of the lighting is down low, except for right when you walk in. We've got the coffee. I also brought coffee with me because they do have the Keurig style. Yep, this is going to be perfect. And the view over here, windows are a little dirty, but that's what happens when you're up high. All right, I'm gonna get myself ready for dinner. All right, my son is here. I freshened up, put on a little perfume, and now we're gonna go head down and meet him. Yeah, so I'm all the way at the end of the hallway. And so there's something called a captain's lounge here. Yeah, I don't know what that means exactly. I don't know if this is just something that we can go into and what exactly it is. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Yeah, it's nice looking, huh? And you can only go down. Beautiful views tonight. My favorite kind of time is family time, and I would have to say that my love language is quality time and quality conversation. I just love spending time with my family, and I love long conversations. So I was really looking forward to this time tonight with my son Daniel. We had reservations for 5:45. He normally works till 6, but on occasion he can go in early, and that's exactly what he did today. So that way we were able to eat before the evening rush. And of course I had an opportunity before it got too busy to just show you the gorgeous view. The Chugach Mountains were looking exceptionally beautiful. I mean, they're beautiful all the time, and I just love this restaurant. I love the food here. I love the views. I love the ambiance. This is one of my happy places, and I am already looking forward to the fried olives. I cannot wait to eat them. But yeah, it's really wonderful. So we'll have our amuse-bouche. We'll have our whipped butter. There's my son. And yeah, we decided to try a couple of these mocktails. And I got some decaf coffee as well. And we're gonna place our appetizer order. Daniel, the last time we ate here, he got the bone marrow appetizer, and it is delicious, and it just comes so beautifully presented. I looked up the definition of an amuse-bouche, and it is a small complimentary appetizer at the beginning of a meal designed to amuse the mouth. Oh, that's nice. I can't remember at this point of doing the voiceover what was in that amuse-bouche, but it had grains and raisins in there and a whole bunch of other flavors. It's amazing all that goes into that one bite, and it was really delicious. It makes the mouth sing. It just hits all your taste buds in the best way. The rolls are yummy. You can always get more. They're always walking around, the servers. There's that bone marrow appetizer with a rhubarb puree, and I got my fried olives, and they're so good. As the evening progressed, the clouds began to roll in. It was so pretty to watch. For the entree, Daniel ordered the cod, and it is perfectly prepared, so tender and yummy, crispy skin. I got the Duroc pork chop with the accompaniments that came with it: pine nuts, champagne-soaked apples, onions prepared in the right way, Brussels sprout leaves, butternut squash, and a glaze. It was delicious. Do you see the detail of the salt on the top of this?
I do, yeah.
Look at all that. We can do what we can cheers them, right? Yeah? Ready? Tink. We had a lovely time eating delicious food, spending time together, having amazing conversation. This is the view of the restaurant that overlooks Cook Inlet. It was quite windy this night, as you see, but what a beautiful, beautiful scene. And a quick little toilet selfie here at the Crow's Nest. Their bathroom's really pretty. And I have to have a lot of this silent because they have music playing all throughout this restaurant quite loudly. And now I am back in my room. I'm going to be getting settled in. Tomorrow begins the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within Day 1. I am so pumped. I'm so excited. But I wanted to show you these views, and then I'm going to be getting everything ready. The conference didn't start until 9 a.m., which was nice. We got a little bit of a later start because it was on the West Coast. And I will be seeing you very soon, bright and early in the morning before I get set up and eat food and everything like that. So I'll be seeing you very soon. Well, good morning. It is Thursday, October 8th. I have got 2 hours until the seminar begins. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I got right into the shower. I had to get in fact, I'm in the bathroom right now. This is the only good light source right now, and it's actually dark. It's 7 a.m. and it's dark outside. Our dark winter months are coming for us. But anyway, I just ordered room service, and I'll show you what I got. And I barely slept last night. I just, so much energy getting settled in. But I'm showered, I'm dressed, I've tidied the bathroom. I just need to tidy my bedroom. I'm gonna eat. I'm having a wonderfully slow leisure morning, which is exactly what I wanted. I wanted to give myself a lot of time this morning. I haven't even had coffee yet. You can hear I did break open a Celsius because I had my collagen supplement this morning, but I ordered a pot of coffee. It's going to be a long day, most likely today. If it's similar to my last experience, it was a 12-hour day. And I am really looking forward to this day. And tonight will be the night that we'll break our board, which I'm really excited about. And I'll be just checking in when I can and letting you know how the day went. I am really looking forward to today. I have been thinking about my intention of what it would be like if I stepped into the fullness of who I am in all the different categories of life. And I'm excited for it. I'm excited for the compelling future. I'm excited to see, with that intention that I've set for the day, I'm excited to see what that is going to mean for me exactly. How is that going to manifest itself? But I'm ready for it though. Here's a nice close look. This is the crustless quiche, and this is a spring salad. And I can't remember what the vinaigrette is on here, but it's delicious. I'm going to start my day off with my veggie starter. I've got plenty of protein, and most importantly, I've got plenty of coffee. All right, these windows are a little dirty, but here is the view. It is a little after 7 a.m. It's about 7:30 right now. And look at that. The mountains are just starting to emerge in the light. Look at how beautiful it looks. Gorgeous Chugach Mountains. There's Tower 3 of the Captain Cook Hotel. And then Tower 1 is down there. I've been to a reception room on that top floor. But yeah, it's looking like it is going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous day. I don't know if that's Venus up there. See it above the clouds? But yeah, how gorgeous. I'm still sitting down eating my breakfast. I'm working on editing this video right now, but it was just looking so pretty. I thought that I would show you. All right, I am ready to go. I've just went ahead and rearranged the desk, and look at the sun. I'm going to try to zoom up, but these windows are messy, but I don't know if you can see it. You can imagine how it looks in person. I feel like the sun is making all of the wind and water splatters on these windows look a little more pronounced than what they look like in real life, but this is my space, and I'll check in with you whenever I get a chance. I come to you at the end of day one. It is 13 hours in. We have been going non-stop for 13 hours straight. I'm sweaty, I'm hot. I have my broken board. For those of us who are doing Unleash the Power Within, the Zoom event, in your box of goodies that you get this in-depth workbook that you go through, then you get a board. Here's my marker. And what it is on one side of the board, you write down the things that are holding you back, your 2 limiting beliefs. Tony calls it, what are your 2 favorite forms of suffering, or favorite flavors of suffering? What are those 2 things? And you write down that and anything else that's holding you back. But then, of course, all throughout today, for all of these hours, we have been identifying limiting beliefs, rewiring them, and then envisioning a more compelling future. So the idea is, on one side of the board, you write down your limiting beliefs and all the reasons why you want to get rid of them. But then on the other side of the board, so it's all symbolic, you write what you're moving toward. And it's an accumulation of today's work. And it was so in depth. Not only do I have a notebook, but or like the workbook that comes with the box that we get, my brain is a little fried, as you could probably imagine. I was up 4 hours before the event started, and it's been going, like I said, solid 13 hours. It's a lot of brain power and energy, but then also we're moving our bodies. I'm just hot and sweaty, and we're dancing and we're singing and we're doing all these things. One of the key ingredients for any Tony Robbins event is he works a lot with our physiology, and he teaches and trains on the importance of changing your physiology, because that's what will move your emotions. And we go through all these different exercises. I have so much to share with you. I could not possibly do it right now, but I want to share with you a couple of things today that I thought were really special. But I've got a notebook. It came with these like different colors, and I thought, oh look, there's 4 different colors. How cute would that be to have a color represent each day? I'm well into the second color, and it was just today. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to add to the series as I unpack everything, and especially more so after I get home. But today was transformative. This was the day that Tony Robbins was at the event. Because his vocal cords are damaged, he has to take time off. So tomorrow, I'm not exactly sure what the plan will be. We are meeting at 8:15 my time. It's so nice having this conference in California. So it's less demanding on the schedule, but there are people from all over the globe. There are people in Europe, from Australia, and it's like they started at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it was 13 hours later. And those people have been amazing. Last year when I did it, the conference was on the East Coast, so it was a 4-hour difference, which was hard enough. But the people on the other side of the equator are having these crazy hours, but they're so dedicated, and it's really exciting. Also, another really neat thing about the Zoom event, I mean, when you're in person, that's got to be it's a bucket list for me to go to that. It's got to be amazing, because you are in a stadium with thousands. Like last time, it was 12,000 people, I think, were in the stadium. And you're interacting, and everybody's cheering and dancing. Of course, you have all the lights and the speakers, and that's its own unique experience. But for those of us on the Zoom, we are up on big screens. And in fact, at one point, I was like this. Oh, and I'll have to show you what I had for my background. So you know how Zoom, you could pick a background. Last year, I had this really cool Tony Robbins one, and I couldn't find it on my Zoom, but I picked a really nice picture of the Chugach Mountains with the moon. I'll put that in here. But at one point, I was like down like this because I was writing notes, and then I hear, Jennifer Olson, I see the top of your head only. And I was like, hey. But yeah, so you are up on the screen as a Zoomer. They've got these massive screens, and then sometimes they'll just have all these little boxes of all of us Zoomers, or they'll do an entire screen with one person, or they'll have like a bigger one in the center, or they'll mix it all up, and you never know when you're going to be there, which is fun. So it makes it for the person at home, or like for me in this hotel room, that my participation matters, because I need to be cheering. And not only that, I'm also in a Zoom room. So I was counting this morning, and I don't know where I wrote it. I wrote it somewhere, maybe at the beginning. I was in a Zoom room of 225 people. But then if some people don't have their screens on, and then some people kind of come and go depending on what they have going on. But what is neat is while I'm in the room, I could be on the main stage watching Tony Robbins on the stage, or I can scroll over and then see everybody in my group as well. But as we're going through, so we have this workbook that we go through. We're going through and doing these exercises and doing all this work while it's all in between him teaching and training and coaching and telling these incredible stories. And then we're doing the work in the book. Then people there in the auditorium are interacting with each other, and they are getting in groups of 2, 3, or 4, and they're all interacting. But for those of us here at home, we go right into Zoom meetings or Zoom rooms. And what was different than last year I had the option to decide if I wanted to be part of a Zoom group. This time around, we just went there. Like, I expected I would have to be like, yes, I would like to enter a Zoom room and have a conversation. And it's really quite special. So in my group of this 225, although not all, there was what was it? There was almost all of them there today. But you get mixed up with that group. So it'll be anywhere from 2 to 3 to 4, depending on the scenario. And then you have a certain amount of time where you each take turns and you share the work that you just did. And it's really quite vulnerable. You have to be vulnerable and not hold back, but it's a safe place. None of this is recorded. You are not supposed to be doing any recording or anything whatsoever. So when people are sharing what their limiting beliefs are, which is not the parts that we love about ourselves, like we don't love these things about ourselves, it is a safe place to be. And what I found amazing was in the groups that I was in today, we all had a similar experience. Last year was the same thing for me. I really worked on unworthiness. That was a big, ugly, limiting belief that I had. And that was what I really focused on last year. And what was interesting was all the groups I was in, it was like everybody had the same thing. And then today, it was kind of the same thing. It was really interesting. But it's really great to interact with people from around the globe. Everybody's from everywhere, which is really cool. And you're sharing these parts of yourself, and you get to encourage each other, and then vice versa. And that was really special. They brought out a gentleman tonight. I wrote down his name. It was like Aloe Black, the one who wrote Wake Me Up. And he came out and he sang a couple of other songs. And he said something really beautiful, that he wanted his music to be motivational, inspirational, and aspirational. I think that's what he said. Oh, no, here it is. Oh, yeah, so it's Aloe Black. He's a singer-songwriter, and he's famous for Wake Me Up by Avicii, I think is how you say his name. I love that song. That's such a great song. I love the words to Wake Me Up. It's really a powerful song. And then I always wondered who the singer was. I don't know why I didn't look him up and ever see him, but he was on tonight. Aloe Black. He wants his lyrics to be affirmation, motivation, inspiration. And he was told to at one point by his mom, which I'm sure his mom was meaning the best advice possible, but she was like, you can't make money as a songwriter. And then after that, he was able to not only buy himself a house, but also his mom. So it was pretty cool. And that was really special. So I kind of wondered how similar this, let's see, how am I doing for time? Okay, I kind of wondered how similar this Unleash the Power Within would be compared to my very first one. And there were little nuances. The priming exercises today were done in just a little bit of a different way than what they were done last time. One that I thought was so beautiful, we were about 3/4 of the way through the day, so we had done already so much work. I mean, a lot of heart and a lot of soul, a lot of deep diving, a lot of sharing, the tears, the joy, all the things. And at one point he had us stand up and he called it heart mapping. He's like, have you ever heard of heart mapping? And scientists were able to measure brain waves in the heart rhythm when people were under stress versus when people were aligned and not under stress. And when the person was under stress, their brain waves and their heart rhythm were really off. But when they were in a state of peace and calm and gratitude, then their brain waves like matched the rhythm of the heart. It was really fascinating. So he had us stand up, and this was really emotional. This, I almost could probably cry if I thought about it a little bit too much. But he had us stand up, and he's like, just put your hands on your heart. And he had us close our eyes, and so we were just there, and he's like, just put your hand on your heart. He's like, this heart, and I love what he said too, you didn't have to earn that heart. You were valuable enough. Your creator gave you that heart and gave you life. And then he's like, just be thankful for your heart. Thank your heart. And I kind of thought to myself, I was like, I don't think I've thanked my heart. Like, I haven't stopped to think about my heart in a long time. This beautiful heart of mine is beating. I can feel it right now. Is beating. It's giving me life, and what a gift it is. And it was just the most beautiful moment. And it was everybody in the auditorium, everybody in the Zoom room, all of us just with our eyes closed. And of course, Tony is so skillfully guiding us through this time of gratitude. The way that he does the priming is you stack the good, he calls it. He's like, people experience stress because they stack the negative, which is why you want to tear down your limiting beliefs. Because the more that you stack the negative, and the more that you feed your negative thoughts, like your limiting beliefs, the brain's always looking to validate, that creates more stress. But the way to create abundance is to stack the good. The priming exercise is designed to stack the good. And I'll link the one that's on YouTube that you can watch. It's the one that we normally do, but this one was different in that we started off with our heart and this gratitude for our heart, and that we have value already, and the creator gave us this value. Or he does not push any type of religious belief. He's like, whatever that looks like to you. For me, I'm a Christian, I'm a person of faith. So for me, my heart that God gave me, that I didn't have to earn that value. He gave me life. I have life and I have value, which aligns with my purpose for this conference, was to step into the fullness of who I am in all the categories of my life, and to embrace myself and love myself and be confident in my intrinsic value, and collect all my life lessons and use them as a force for good. We're getting so long in this video. I have so much to share, but I'm gonna share it in a different video. I'm gonna edit this little vlog and put it up, and then I will continue to document my experience and share more. But it's been beautiful. And I had a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.